Hey everybody, welcome to Saving Greens Homestead. My name is Keisha, and if this is your first time watching one of my videos, I welcome you. You guys, I harvested a whole lot of tomatoes out of my garden, so I figured why not do a tomato taste review. So that's what we're gonna do today. And I set aside a few of the varieties that I've not ever tried before. And then I have a couple of favorites that I'm gonna eat again, but you know, I already know what they taste like and I love them. So hopefully this will help inspire you to maybe try some of the varieties that I'm gonna be discussing with you today. Let me get all the tomatoes washed and I'll be back. Okay, you guys, so I got these all washed up. You might be hearing in the background some noise. I have my dehydrator going because of that huge harvest that I had for the last 2 days. I'm processing tons of tomatoes and other things, hibiscus and basil and other things just out of my garden, trying to get it all dehydrated so I can store it. So that's the noise that you might be hearing in the background. But I'm gonna go on ahead and get started. I think I'm gonna go with smallest to largest. Maybe that'll work out. So I'm excited to try this variety. This variety is called Berry's Crazy Cherry. And it is crazy because that plant puts on so many clusters, so many huge clusters of tomatoes, and they're all pretty brightly yellow colored, and they're very, very pretty tomatoes. So this one is called Berry's Crazy Cherry. And let me cut into this so that I can show you a cross section of it so you can see what it looks like on the inside. I'm having a hard time seeing. Oh, there we go. I think that's good. So there's not a whole lot of seeds on the inside. Yeah, it looks good. So I'm gonna taste this. You guys, I purposefully did not try this tomato so I could try it with you first. I don't know what I was waiting on. Okay, first of all, first thing that hits your mouth when you bite into it is sweetness. It's just bursting with sweetness. It tastes really, really good. I can taste a tomato. The tomato flavor comes through. It's not as citrusy like some of your other yellow or orange type tomatoes. It's definitely sweet. It has a mild tomato flavor. It's not overpowering. It just tastes really good. Now, if you watched any of my other tomato tasting videos, you know I don't like, well, it's not that I don't like strong acidic tomatoes. I prefer sweet, mild tomatoes. So let me get that straight. Because I'm an equal opportunity tomato eater, okay? I love all the tomatoes. But my preference leans towards sweet and smoky, so I like a lot of the purple, black type tomatoes too. But your sweet, mild tasting tomatoes, low acid, I love. One of the things I don't like about tomatoes, certain ones, is that they have that real thick skin. And this is not thick skin at all. This would be equivalent to like eating a grape. The skin is about the same. Mm-hmm. It's pleasant. I like it. I will definitely grow this one again because it's so prolific. The plant grew really large. We're at the end of the season right now, so in about 3 weeks we should be getting our first frost. I'm in the high desert zone 8B, and so all my plants are looking kind of, you know, weathered by now because they're old. But this one is still thriving well and producing. I have so many flowers and baby tomatoes on there. So I'm excited because even more so now that I've tried it and I like it. And I know what to expect. But as I was saying, since it's the end of the season, the plants are old and wearing down now. This plant is starting to get some leaf spot disease on it. But for the whole season, that plant did well. It grew and kept growing. And it's just beautiful plant. And those tomatoes are good. Definitely, I would recommend Barry's Crazy Cherry Tomato. Okay, so moving on to the next one. This is one that I've tried before. And I love this one. This is my #1 cherry plum type tomato. Barry's Crazy now is up in that top 10. Maybe top 5. Maybe top 5. But this one is called the Prairie Fire. And I've tried this one for you guys before. And I'm not going to make a big to-do out of it. It's just, I love eating these. Now, eating this after eating that Barry's Crazy Cherry. Because Prairie Fire is very sweet, like candy sweet. We'll see. Okay. It's still sweeter than the Barry's Crazy, which is crazy because Barry's Crazy is sweet. This is still sweeter. I have not found another tomato sweeter than Prairie Fire. It's prolific. It grows well. This is my all-time favorite cherry plum tomato. I just wanted to revisit that one with you since I had it. But moving on to the next one. This one is called Mocha's Cherry Plum. This one I got from a grower in the UK. And so I'm eager to try this one. I'm going to show you what this looks like. There we go. So you can see it has those black shoulders. And it just bleeds down into a red, pretty red color. And I'm going to cut a cross section of this one so I can show you what it looks like on the inside. It has that real beautiful ruby, deep rougey coloring on the inside. It's so pretty. Now this one has more seeds and gel in it than the Barry's Crazy. But let's see what this one tastes like. Alright. It's not a fair comparison because my mouth is still primed for that real extra sweet Prairie Fire that I just had, that this one just washed out. I don't taste any sweetness, nothing. Let me take a drink. Maybe that'll help. Alright, let me try this again. It's not a sweet at all. I don't know, it doesn't have much flavor. To me, it doesn't have a lot of flavor. Huh. Okay, so one possibility for it to not have a lot of flavor could be grower's error. It could be because I did not prepare the soil good enough for this. I don't know. The plant didn't really grow big. It stayed fairly small. It still put on some fruit though, but it did stay fairly small. So maybe the plant didn't have a great enough start for it. Maybe it just didn't like the location that I had it in. So I will try and grow these again, and I'll grow them in a different location with different, that will allow for different environmental changes, maybe more sun, less sun, or something like that, so that I can give it a fair shot as to whether it's a good one or not to promote. But right now, from what I'm tasting, it's very bland. Right, yeah. That is very bland. It has like a little tartness to it, but with these darker tomatoes, I expect more of a smokiness, savory, and it's not even that to me. So I would try this one again, but right now I can't really say yay or nay if it's good, but I definitely can't put my stamp of approval on it. So, okay, so moving on to this cream sausage. I've been wanting to try this for so long. I don't remember where I got these seeds. I might have got them in a grab bag, in my gardener's grab bag that he did at the end of the year, that had like 30 different tomato varieties in it for like 20 bucks. I think that's what I did. But oh my goodness, this tomato, I've been just like dying to try it. I love, and I'll say this, I love green sausage tomatoes. Very good, high up on my list of tomatoes that I like, because the flavor is so good. But I'll give you an up close look at this one. So, and these can get big. I already cut them all up. The bigger ones that I had like this, they're in a dehydrator. And some of them are really big. So I'm gonna do a cross section so you can see the inside of this one. Oh, there we go. That way you guys can see the inside. And these are cream sausage. That's different. It's not like the green one. I like the flavor of the green one. This one, doesn't have that same effect on me. Let me try this one. I had them sitting in the fridge, so they're a little mushy. All the same. Okay. This flavor on this one is just way too mild. I said I like the mild flavor. This one's just way too mild. Like, there's nothing about it that stands out that I can just quickly tell you. Like, oh yeah, this one's sweet, or oh yeah, this one's fruity, or oh yeah, this one has acid, or the tomato flavor is booming, or, you know, there's nothing really that stands out about this one. And once again, it could be location. So usually what I do is, if I try a tomato and it doesn't really like taste all that great to me, then I'll grow it a second time and give it a second chance to see. And if I still don't like it, then it's crossed off my list. I don't go back there again. I move on to the next tomato that might be better, and I give the space that I have for tomatoes. I'll give something that I love more space, and I don't waste the space on the ones that I don't really like. So this one is gonna have to be one of those that I come back and I try again next season and see how well I like it. But right now, I don't really care for it because it's just not impressive to me. Flavor wise or anything. There's nothing about it that screams, oh yes, I need to give up space for it. So okay, so this next one here is a purple Russian. I've been trying for so long to get this plant to grow in my garden. Now, some of you know that I sell the tomato seedlings, any extras that I have after taking the ones that I want for myself, for the garden, I sell them to the community. And several people have come and bought the little seedling plants of purple Russian, and it grew like monstrous, grew like huge and monstrous in their yard, in their garden. In my garden, I was not able to grow it. And so this season, I was able to get 3 tomatoes off this plant, but I finally am able to try it. So I'm gonna show you first. This one is purple Russian. Look how pretty the outside of that is. And then I'm gonna cut it, show you guys a cross section of it. Ooh, that is beautiful. Look at that. That is beautiful. I love the green inside like that with the pink. It's pretty. Okay, so purple Russian. Oh. Okay. That one has a different taste. When I first bit into this, it didn't scream tomato in my mind. I don't know what. It has a tartness to it. And sweetness. But it does not scream tomato at first. It's not until like the second or third time you chew into it that tomato flavor starts to come forward. That's a very interesting flavor. Oh my goodness. It's not off-putting. It's not bad. So I hope you guys aren't getting that from me. That is bad. It's not bad at all. I like it. Now, is it going to rank in my top 10? Maybe not. But it's one of them tomatoes that I can sit up there and I can eat it. Because of its unique flavor and the sweetness. It has that same tartness of a rouge tomato. It's kind of like what I was expecting, I guess, from this cherry, Mocha's cherry, but it is different. Like this is, it tastes like, you know, your more rougey type tomatoes, your chocolates tomatoes. It's not like smoky. It's not like a black tomato, but it's more along the lines of, I'm trying to think, like, maybe like a Paul Robeson. or a I don't know. It's just, the flavor is very interesting. It's good. I like it. Okay, so I think I said this already. My favorite tomatoes are the orange tomatoes. My all-time favorites are orange. Like, Kellogg's breakfast has been my top tomato, and it's orange because I like the citrus taste to it, the fruitiness, the sweetness of it. And then the black tomatoes are my next go-tos. I love black tomatoes. I like the Black Beauty. The Black Beauty is very good tasting tomato to me. I love that tomato. This is more like, maybe like a black cherry. You know, the rougey type tomatoes. They're not bad, but you know, I have my favorites, okay? So anyways, I would say definitely try this tomato, the Purple Russian, because it's just unique in the flavor. It's just unique. There's just some tomatoes that they don't really taste like a tomato, but they have this unique quality of flavor that just throws you off whenever you bite into it. Just takes you by surprise and blindsides you. So this one, I just have this one sitting out because this one, and it actually looks a lot like the one that I just tried, doesn't it? But this one is a Terra Cotta, Thorburns Terra Cotta. This one ranks high on my list for tomatoes. And I already had some of this one. I'm just revisiting it because I love it. I had this one on some smoked breakfast sandwich that I made for my husband and I the other day. It was so good. I love it. The sweetness hits you as soon as you bite into it. As soon as a little part of it touch your tongue, it's all sweetness. It just blooms. I love it. Thorburns Terra Cotta, I'll always grow in my garden. It is prolific. It's an early producer. It starts producing and ripens quicker than the other heirlooms and stuff that I have planted. But I love it. And on that plant out there, I only had 2 tomatoes. This one, and there's another one. They were hanging in my apple tree. And I didn't even know they were there. Okay, moving on. Got 2 more to go. Okay, so this one is another one of those that I got from the UK. I bought like 100 or so tomato seeds. The company is called Tomato Revolution. And I just really wanted to try a different seed company. They had different other varieties that I hadn't seen before, and so I wanted to try them. Check this tomato out. Look how pretty. Look how pretty that tomato is. It's just beautiful. It has those streaks of dark black going through it, and then you can see the striping of gold going through it. It's so pretty. And this one is called the, I'm gonna mess it up, I know, Slivka. That's the best I could do. I'll put the name up on there. Gurman. And so I never heard of these, and I'm like, okay, I want to try this. So it's beautiful inside. Very beautiful inside. They look like they could be a paste type tomato. The inside, I mean, there's some seeds and gel, but it's pretty thick walled. Let's see how this one tastes. I still have skin in my mouth. One of them, I'm thinking, is that cream sausage left skin. And I don't like that. I don't like when I'm still chewing on skin after, like, a couple of minutes after I've eaten a tomato. I like the thin-skinned ones. Or even medium I can deal with. But the thick-skinned, I don't like those. Has a bright tomato flavor. Ooh. It's not super sweet. It has a slight sweetness, which is fine. It tastes really good. I like this one. It has a perfect balance of tomato flavor and sweetness and tart. It's a really good balance. I like that one. Doesn't have that smoky flavoring that tomato with black on it usually has, but it tastes really good. If you like a well-balanced tomato, I'd say try this one. Me, like I said, I tend to lean towards sweetness, but I'm not opposed to a really good balanced tomato. I just don't like those ones that are so overly acidic and really robust tasting. Maybe for a sauce, but not for a fresh eating. I like the milder ones for that. So, anyways, I'm gonna put him to the side. And last, I have this beautiful orange tomato that I don't know what it is. Now look, before you start saying, well, Keisha, that's why it's a good thing to label and tag all your stuff. I did label this one out in the garden. I had a little marker out there. And what had happened was the water from the drip tubing dripped right on it, and I didn't know that that's what was happening, and erased it right off. So I don't know what this is. I have some guesses as to what it could be, because I kind of have an idea of what I planted in this one area. But one of my guesses was that it was a Kellogg's breakfast, because on the tag it looks like it starts with a K. But if any of you guys grow Kellogg's breakfast, you know they get bigger than this. These are small. And so I'm wondering, either they're small and it is Kellogg's breakfast and they're just really small, or if it's a different type of tomato. I will know when I taste it though, because I know my Kellogg breakfast. Like I said, it's my favorite. Let me give you an up close on this one. Look how beautiful that coloring is. Nicely rounded. And that's another thing, like with the Kellogg's breakfast, they're bigger, and sometimes they're not perfectly round like this. So that's why I'm thinking maybe it's not. But it's beautiful. Look at the inside of this one. It's beautiful. So let's see. Taste is everything. I don't know what it is. If it's Kellogg's, at least. I gotta go in for another bite. Okay. I think these are Kellogg's breakfast. Since I was growing it in a container, maybe that's why they say, well, the first time I ever grew these, I grew them in a container. And I had a couple of real big ones on there. I don't know why these are so small. But that flavor is the flavor of a Kellogg's breakfast. It's good. It's good. Hey, what can I say? I love orange tomatoes. I just love orange tomatoes. Very few of them I don't like. But I think that there was one in particular that's an orange tomato that I didn't like. In one of my reviews that I did, I said that I didn't like it. But you're going to have to go find that video. I have a lot of tomato review videos because last season, half of the plants that I planted grew so well and produced that I was able to do over 40 different taste reviews. So go back and look at some of those. I'll put the link in the description below for the playlist because I made a separate playlist for that just to make it easier for you guys to be able to go. And if you love tomatoes and you want to see what my take is on some of them, or just see what they look like and hear some feedback on them, then I have those videos set aside on a playlist for you. So anyways, you guys, I guess that is gonna wrap it up for this taste review. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you are inspired by it, encouraged maybe to try some different ones. Definitely try the Purple Russian. Definitely get that Berries Crazy Cherry. That is a monster. That one, I could just go outside right now and just pick them right off the bush and just eat them now that I know it tastes that good. I might just do that. Prairie Fire is always on fire. It's always good. It's always, it's my favorite, number one of the smaller cherry plums. And then the Thorburns Terra Cotta, I say go for it. That one is in my top 5. So, hey, you can't go wrong with that. Some of these other ones, the Slivka Gurman is good and it's pretty and it's very prolific. We pulled off something like over a dozen tomatoes off that plant, and it's still loaded with more. So it produces a lot. It would be really good for a sauce too, as a sauce tomato. But that's all I got for you today. I thank you for watching this video. I thank you guys for your support and continuing to watch my videos. I guess I will see you guys in the next one. So, as always, God bless.